Hey guys, this is Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim, and you are watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What's up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC, and I am joined this week by Tommy.
You.
Reminder, you can follow us on our Twitter account at @CCG_WrestleCast and subscribe here, of course, on the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel. Tommy and I are tag teaming this one today, and we're going to be previewing Impact HardToKill. First pay-per-view of the year for Impact, and most notably, it was last year had a lot of promise with it. This was famous for Tessa Blanchard's big win over Sami Callihan for the Impact World Championship last year before COVID happened, and all the controversy around that. So,
and then everything else that just trickled down from there.
Yeah. That's a lot to unpack, but yeah, if you watched our year-end awards, you know what we're talking about. So, but today we're going to kind of go through the event that's coming on, and some of the matches are just plain interesting, and it's a very important show because this is the first pay-per-view where we're having a cross-promotional work between AEW and Impact.
I'm still shocked we're seeing it, but I'm happy we're seeing it. So
yeah. I think a lot of the eyes in the wrestling world are going to be on this to see if cross-promoting does work and how they're going to work that out. So now we're actually going to start with something we haven't seen on Impact in a long time. Not since that I can recall. It was Abyss versus Sabu, and that's a barbed wire massacre.
It's so excited. Okay,
probably going to open the show because just get the barbed wire set up, open the show, and it's easy to take that down and put the ring ropes back up. So yeah. But this time, go ahead, Tommy.
I remember the first time they had a barbed wire massacre match, and I remember watching it just like thinking, "Oh my God, they're absolutely going to kill each other." And I was amazed how close to right I was because I remember the ending, especially when Abyss face first on a barbed wire board. Sabu drop kicked him back first on another board, and then did a seated senton and pinned him that way. I remember thinking like there's no logical way any human should survive this. I don't understand what just happened.
I remember Sabu stabbing Abyss's arm with a box cutter, and just scars. And for the rest of Abyss's career, he's had those scars on his arm where those cuts were. And I was just like, oh, nasty. So
the fact that he works for WWE now does not hurt my feelings at all, because it's like if anyone else deserved to have a cushy office job after his career, it's Abyss. I was like, and when they said, "Oh, Abyss is going to be nothing but an agent," I said, "You leave that man alone. He has put his time in."
Let him go behind the scenes. Be a lot easier.
Yeah, let him go behind the scenes, dude. Let him get a nice office job where he can relax and get paid. Jeez.
So this barbed wire massacre is going to feature Eddie Edwards against Sami Callihan. Mike wasn't able to join us but he did send us his picks for the show, and he'll be back with us next week when we do recap this. Mike is going with Eddie Edwards on this one. I actually like Sami Callihan on this. I know it's a bit both of them are pretty damn psychotic, and I know we're going to see a good match. This is one of those, it's kind of a flip of the coin pick, but I'm going to go with Sami Callihan. If nothing else, a little bit of redemption for his loss to Tessa last year at this pay-per-view. So that's where I'm going. Tommy, what about you?
I'm going Sami as well, only because I think he might somehow get some help or something like that. But I don't know. I like the same thing. I like Sami for this one. They're both psychotic, but when you take the cuffs off of Sami Callihan, he's way more psychotic. I've been watching old clips of him from PWG whenever they have the guerrilla warfare matches. I keep like, wow, I forgot how crazy he is when he doesn't have to, not follow rules. I keep forgetting what else he can do. So yeah, I'm going Sami.
All right. Next we got an Old School Rules 6-man tag. What the heck is Old School Rules? I still haven't figured that quite out yet.
I think they're talking about, when they say Old School, I think they mean ECW. So I think they mean like no DQ, that kind of thing, I think.
And then how old am I if Old School is considered ECW, right? So,
dude, we're of that age when we said Sabu a minute ago, some kid will probably ask, well, who's Sabu?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep. Well, the teams for this one are Eric Young, Diener, and Joe During against Cousin Jake, Rhino, and Tommy Dreamer. Mike is going with the team Eric Young. That's kind of what I'm calling him. And I'm going to kind of stick with that as well. I know it's old school rules, but Eric Young is pretty old school himself. He's been around for a while. And I think for them to get that little group kind of a push here is just to put them over in this kind of thing. So, Tommy, your pick on this one.
Yeah, I'm going the same. Young, Diener, and Doring. Only because it's like, I don't want to get the group over, but Joe Doring is in my opinion, as to put my Japan hat back on, is a huge signing. The fact that they scooped him up from All Japan, where he pretty much had a guaranteed job. It was like, in a lot of ways, they were kind of grooming him to be like a Stan Hansen type guy over there. So he was pretty much guaranteed a job. I don't know if there was a falling out, or if he just decided I'm just going to go sign with them or whatever. But he was a legit beast in All Japan. When I think Kento Miyahara defeated him for the belt the last time he had it, and that match was great. And Doring's he's just really that good. So I think, this is one of those cases where Rhino and Dream are going to put in the effort to help get somebody else over. So I think this is going to be a good match, of course, but I think that's the group that they're going to be pushing next, because I really do see Eric Young becoming world champion again and being just like the ultimate heel champion for a while.
This is kind of the match that probably has to get him on that road, though. See how crazy, if anything goes, see how crazy Psychotic will get with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one that will probably be a cinematic match, but somehow be most entertaining, of course. The Karate Man versus Ethan Page. And if you've never heard of the Karate Man, and if you're looking at the graphic that's showing up on your screen right now, you're wondering, wait a second, what is going on here? Well, when they announced this one, I always thought to myself, okay, this has got to be cinematic on some level. How they're going to pull this off, I don't know. But I am intrigued, and I am looking forward to it. Mike is picking the Karate Man on this one. Tommy, where are you going with this?
Doesn't matter. How are we wrong either way? I know. This is the one time where picking. I was like, what does it matter? It's like, can Mankind beat Cactus Jack? Who cares? What's the difference? So, I'm going Ethan Page. I'm going Ethan Man. I mean Karate Page. I mean Ethan Page. I'm going Ethan Page. I don't know. This is so. Did you see on Twitter he said we're not the same guy, and he proved it by having a picture of him laying on a couch and the Karate Man sitting in a chair. And I just said, what are we really doing? What has 2020 done to us? My God, we have all lost our minds. We are so crazy right now.
How crazy would it be if this is actually filmed live, and like all this time Ethan Page has had like an identical twin nobody ever knew about that's been into wrestling? So
if that happens, I will dub Impact the greatest promotion ever, and you will not be able to convince me otherwise. I'm sorry. I was like, you know what? And at that point, I will have to be that guy. I'll have to be the reverse Twitter guy and always defend Impact to anyone. Like, I will have to be the guy who like constantly comes to their rescue, like no matter what. Nope, best promotion ever. Nope. Oh man, I gotta see this because I gotta know how they're gonna do this. I gotta know what's happening here. I gotta know.
I'm really curious too, but I'm gonna pick the Karate Man. I mean, this is a new thing for Ethan Page, quotation marks. I don't know, but it's a fun gimmick. I'm not the same. So, yeah. So, all right. Now a few championship matches. First, the Knockouts Tag Team Championship Tournament Final. It is back. 8 teams battled it out, and it was some really good matches. It's a return of a championship that went away so many years ago, and people were wondering when they're going to bring it back, and they finally did. So it's been a lot of.
They finally had enough knockouts to probably warrant bringing it back. Like when it left, it was kind of like, okay, yeah, we kind of get it now. There's not enough knockouts. Now we're like, okay, we got enough, but but the Sea Stars didn't make it as far as I wanted them to. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah, they got eliminated first to one of the teams that's here. The two teams are Havoc and Nevaeh against Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz. Havoc and Nevaeh, of course, eliminating Jordan Grace and Jazz. Hogan and Tasha Steelz eliminating Taya Valkyrie and Rosemary to get to this point. So, this match could very well steal the show.
Yeah, it could.
Mike is picking Havoc and Nevaeh. I think I know where you're going, Tommy. This is your ex-wife in another multiverse, as you'd like to say. So, yeah.
Yep.
Is that where you're going?
I'm not remotely hiding it. I am absolutely picking my alternate reality ex-wife. Yes. Yeah. I know as the black guy here, I'm kind of going, breaking some stereotypes here, but yeah, I'm picking the super thick white girl. So actually, no, I'm not going against type. Actually, I'm actually kind of playing right into type, really.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think this one could very easily steal the show. It's going to be a great match. I'm looking forward to it. I got to go with Hogan and Steelz, though. I like how they work together. Whatever. I'll lone wolf this one, but I think it's going to be fun to watch, and I think they'd be a good team to hold it.
Honestly, I see why you said that. I mean, because honestly, this is one of the matches I'm positive can go either way. And it really would not shock me which way it goes, because really both teams are great. I mean, at first when Tasha Steelz came in and she teamed with Kiera Hogan, I didn't really get it, but the more they team, I can't even lie, the more fun they are. Oh my God, they are hilarious. I love them as a team. But I got to go with the alternate reality ex-wife. So because even the alternate reality, I'm like, she's my ex, but still love her and all. She's still great.
Yeah. From there, the X Division Championship is going to be defended in a triple threat. The champion Manic defending against Chris Bay and Rohit Raju. Mike going with Chris Bay. Tommy, where are you leaning on this one here? This is tough.
It is, but I got to lean toward Chris Bay. It feels like they have been building him up a lot lately. And it feels like after his match with Rich Swann at what was it? Turning Point? No. Whatever the show was before Genesis, when he faced Rich Swann, it just feels like they've been building him up as a contender. So I'm actually thinking that this is going to be his time to get a shot. I'm picking Chris Bay to win this one. What about you?
I like Manic to retain, actually. Like just the fact that Suicide of all people showed up to help him tonight on Impact.
That was weird.
Very weird. But it means Manic's going to have somebody in his corner. And a triple threat, anything goes. So,
speaking real quick, did you hear about at Genesis that Ace Austin won the Super X Cup?
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah.
So I think that means he gets a title shot, right?
At some point, I don't know if it's going to happen here or at like Slammiversary or something.
Okay,
we'll see.
Next, the Knockouts Championship. Deonna Purrazzo defending against Taya Valkyrie. Mike's going with Deonna Purrazzo. I'm going with Deonna Purrazzo. I might as well pencil in Tina's name here under Deonna Purrazzo because she hates Taya Valkyrie. So, Tommy, I guess you're making it a clean sweep.
I'm making it a clean sweep. I was really torn with this one. Because honestly, this is one of the ones where I can really see it going either way. But I'll go with Deonna Purrazzo. Mm-hmm. You know what? Yeah, I am going to go there because I feel like what we talked about before we started recording, either Susie, Susan, or Undead Bride, or Too Young, or Old Susanna, Don't You Cry for Me, or Anna, or Annie, Are You Okay? I don't know what her name's going to be in like 2 more weeks. And honestly, I don't care what her name will be in 2 more weeks because every time she comes back with a new gimmick, I can't believe it. It's always gold. It's like she's like Jericho to me. Like she keeps reinventing herself, and it's still awesome. Or like whenever Mick Foley literally debuted a new face, it was like, how great is your career when your least popular character was Dude Love, and even he was hilarious.
Yeah. Susan, Susie, Sue Young is like the new 3 phases of Foley. Look forward to her to be in some sort of Rumble Royale style match where she gets eliminated as Susan, comes back as Susie, and then later Sue Young. That would be fun.
I still, and I swear to you, I'm not joking when I say this. I might tweet about this later. I still want a B movie starring Undead Bride, Rosemary, and Jessica Havoc and Father James Mitchell, just like this B horror supernatural movie. That's like completely playing into exactly what it is. I mean, they can break the fourth wall they want. They can admit this is a dumb script. I want those four in a movie so bad. It could be a horror movie and I will still defend it. I just want to see it.
Oh, man. Finally, the main event. No titles on the line, but there is a lot of gold in this match.
Yes.
The Elite, which features the current AEW champion Kenny Omega against the Impact Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, going against Impact Champion Rich Swann and the Motor City Machine Guns.
Also bang.
Yeah. Machine Guns, of course. No, they don't hold the Tag Team Champion. That's right. So the Good Brothers had it.
Yeah. The Machine Guns versus the Machine Gun.
Yeah. Mike is going with the Elite on this. Now, obviously, I said it from the start of the show. This match is the big reason why this pay-per-view is so important.
Yeah.
We've been wanting, for years, fans have been wanting, like, on some level, WWE to kind of work with other promotions. There was always talk.
And not just buy them, Evolve.
Yeah. Like, Jericho Famous talked about how one time he wanted to do WWE and New Japan Intercontinental Champion versus Intercontinental Champion. If you could make that happen, it would be crazy. It would sell tickets and everything.
Great.
Yeah, but Vince wouldn't do it. So, but I think a lot of eyes, including WWE's, are going to be on this because this is the first show, as I said, in this match specifically, where AEW and Impact are working together. How is this going to happen? How are they going to match things out? And if this pulls off successfully and well, who knows? Maybe WWE changes their mind in the future. We'll see. So, I mentioned Mike is picking the Elite. I've also got to go with the Elite as well. Omega's AEW champion. Good Brothers are tag team champions. I assume one of the Machine Guns is going to take the pin. There's just a lot of gold on that side, and these guys reuniting after so long and still popping the Too Sweet out there is just fun. They're having fun again. So I'm going with the Elite. Tommy, what about you?
I'm lone wolfing this.
Really?
I'm going Swan and the Machine Guns. And here's why. Because I honestly think we're going to get a one-on-one match between Omega and Swan. And the reason I think we should get that is because, even if we get that, I have a feeling if we get that match, Swan is going to lose. But here's my thing. Even in losing, Swan, end of last year, going into this year, is looking like $1 million. Like the fact that WWE screwed the pooch with him so bad is painfully obvious to everyone now because this dude is clearly a workhorse, clearly can do whatever job you need him to do, and he's working his tail off. And I think that this will also set up the Machine Guns getting a title shot against the Good Brothers because and that's the thing. I don't see Kenny getting the pin. Let me just preface it with that. I do not see that happening at all right now. So if anything, I see like Anderson or Gallows getting the pin, and I see like the Machine Guns getting a shot at them for the tag title sometime soon, and Rich Swann getting his one-on-one match. So that's just how I see it.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but this is the hill I'm prepared to fight on. So.
It's tough to call on this one. How do you go from here? So, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. I've enjoyed seeing Omega appear on Impact, and then the Good Brothers appearing on AEW. And just the cross promoting that's been going on has been really cool. So,
one thing I think about whenever I think about this is Eric Bischoff said in an interview not too long ago that a lot of companies like WWE and AEW aren't doing a lot to draw new fans in. I kind of disagree with that, but I saw his point. So, but I think this is the kind of thing that could help that. It's like, Impact fans who didn't really want to watch AEW, maybe some AEW fans who didn't even know Impact was still around. Because I know a lot of people who, until people started talking about Impact with this, didn't even know Impact still existed. They thought it closed years ago. So I was like, nope, still there. And actually, and the funny part is when I tell people that, I tell them like it's like this, and I have to admit, I think it's better now than it's been in years. Actually, I think it's way better now than it's been in years. So
definitely. So.
Yeah.
Well, that is Hard to Kill. 7 matches on the card, and looks to be really good. I think it's going to be worth the pay-per-view price, and It'll be a Saturday pay-per-view. We'll have more details on that later. For now, we'll get into, I guess, one big notable piece of wrestling news that came out this week, and it seems the COVID-19 virus has struck WWE just a little bit, to the point where their current WWE champion, Drew McIntyre, has tested positive for it. He's had to kind of quarantine and do his promos for Raw through a computer screen, through a camera. As far as we know, everything is still looking okay for him to be healthy and ready to go for Royal Rumble when he defends his title against Goldberg. But I guess it was a matter of time, it seems, because they're not really fully a bubble, even though they're kind of separated from everything. So, but hopefully this isn't something too serious, and anybody makes a recovery, and he wasn't around people to spread it either. So that's all you can really hope for. Yeah. I think that was the only real thing from wrestling news-wise. I don't know if you had anything, Tommy, that you noticed.
Yeah, I think that was all that's really going on right then. I will say I didn't watch Raw. I watched the YouTube clips later, and I heard he put up a video talking about just he said he feels fine. So far he's just asymptomatic, which is good. He said he feels fine. So he's just hanging in there. He's like he's staying safe, but yeah, and he just like put out a message of just telling people like, hey, it's real. Just be safe, which I thought was cool of the champion to say like, hey, it's real, it's still happening, guys, but be safe. I think that was a good call. Whether he was supposed to do that or not, I don't care. Because how they've been kind of not talking about it as much, but yeah, so. Just hope he stays safe, and I think I heard maybe a couple of other people had it or contracted it. I don't know from him or if just it happened at the same time. So just people stay healthy out there. I mean, yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we'll get into our 1 minute warning segment. Tommy, did you have anything this week?
I do, and it's not Japan related.
I was wondering if you have any updates from New Year's Dash or nothing. So.
Not really.
Right.
Everything. You know what? Actually, I have one, and I'll make it quick when I do it. So.
All right. Ready, set, and go.
Okay. So the first half of my 1 minute warning is from New Year's Dash. The Empire have now gone by the name the United Empire and have made it clear that they will be stronger this coming year and that they're furious about their loss. They even injured Tenzan to prove their point. So yeah. So it looks like the Empire is not through yet. But my second half of my 1 minute warning is to talk about, I'm wearing a shirt, I don't know if you can see it. Crap, you probably can't. Anyway, Shane Taylor and Ring of Honor. And I'm going to say this. That man should be RH World Champion someday. Am I biased? Absolutely. And I do not deny that in the least bit. Is this purely based on the fact that I think he's a good dude and a hard worker and should be champion? Yes! Everything you just said and thought about me is correct. Is it also because he's a personal friend of mine? Again, the answer is yes. But that doesn't change the fact that he's a hard worker, he is an upstanding guy, and does his best for the wrestling business as a whole. And I sincerely hope someday, especially this year, that he becomes Ring of Honor World Champion.
Yeah, and congrats to Shane Taylor also.
Video on my channel.
Congrats to Shane Taylor and his Cleveland Browns, who got a big win over the Steelers this past weekend.
Bro!
He was celebrating that with Juju Smith-Schuster giving a bad interview. Just don't leave bulletin board material. So and
Ray Rowe was tripping out. Holly Dead was on Twitter just talking mad trash after that win.
Oh yeah,
rightfully so. I'm not hating on him at all but I follow this one guy on YouTube and he had this rant. He's a Steelers fan and he ripped them to shreds. The cool thing was he congratulated the Browns, but then proceeded to rip the Steelers in half. So
yeah. I really don't have anything this week. Nothing comes to mind. So yeah. Just stay safe, everyone. Right. So
yeah, I will say the bit of sad news. A local wrestling fan, a guy I knew pretty well, Renee Holmes, tragically passed away from COVID today. So you guys be safe out there. It's still very real.
Yeah. Very much out there. Yeah.
Very much so.
So Impact Hard to Kill is this Saturday, January 16th at 7 p.m. Central Time. It will be broadcast from the Skyway Studios in Nashville, Tennessee. and it'll be $40 on the Fight TV app, or check your pay-per-view provider as well. Now, Impact is also going to be doing something earlier in the day. They're calling their Hard to Kill Celebration. It's basically a Zoom call on Saturday before the pay-per-view, starting around 10 a.m. Central Time. It's $110 to join it. You'll be able to link with the Zoom call, but what they're going to be able to do is like talk and preview the show, and you'll get to talk with some of the wrestlers on the show: Rich Swann, Deonna Purrazzo, the Good Brothers, Don Callis, Eric Young, Motor City Machine Guns, Tasha Steelz, and Kiera Hogan. They're also allowing you to get like a Hard to Kill t-shirt, a gift certificate to the online shop, and some autographs of Ring Canvas from Bound for Glory, and some social media profile pictures for Impact. So pretty cool they're doing this. I'm interested to see how this goes and see what the event, but it's a 2-hour event, starts at 10 o'clock a.m. Central Time. So, but this would be pretty cool for them to be able to do that and let fans interact with the wrestlers there. So check that out.
Like I said, if I had the 110, I would absolutely do it.
Yep. As for us, our Twitter account at @CCG_WrestleCast, and of course you can subscribe here to the Countdown City Kicks YouTube channel. Next week we will recap Hard to Kill, and we are also going to be taking a look at this issue of Pro Wrestling Illustrated, because for the first time ever, PWI has put together a Tag Team 50. The 50 best tag teams of the past year. We've got the PWI 500, the Women's 100, and now a tag team list. Pretty cool. Even more reason to start arguments on the internet. So that's kind of where this is going. So, but we're going to break it down. We're going to look at the list, discuss it, and everything like that. So,
literally for every tag team tournament in America, they should pull the rap group tag team to at least do like the opening number for Whoop There It Is, and just like, let those guys get a check. I mean, come on. Is it that hard to just pay these guys? They did a lot. Come on.
It's funny you say that, because they are in the newest Geico commercial, if you haven't seen it yet.
I didn't see it, and that's the reason they came to mind, because I just saw that.
Thank you everyone for joining us. I know this was a short show, but hey, only not a whole lot to talk about. We'll remind you guys that in a couple weeks, when the Royal Rumble is up, we're going to be streaming our live reaction to the Royal Rumble matches, and it's going to be a lot of fun too. We're going to be hopefully doing that as well, and just having a good time. So thank you everyone for joining. We appreciate it. Over there we got Tommy.
Hey, guys.
And I'm JC, and as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real. People are fake.
Hey yo, subscribe to the channel by clicking right here. Or, if you want to watch more videos, click right here!